25th, 1206, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe! What is it?
You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around while on duty. To top it all off, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again?
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there's a break in today's trial.
Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Is he right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so.
You could like do this in the evidence law, really?
One wonders how Phoenix passed the bar exam. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
Message?
She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book.
Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, Detective.
Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me?
In the wet fart face.
Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with the forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye found out she's unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely struck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
We're going to expose him,
No, really, I couldn't hear you.
no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring an end.
Are you ignoring me, pal?
February 25th, 1252, District Court, courtroom number 9.
That conversation took almost an hour.
Well, you have to explain it all afterwards. Just cut that part out.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
the inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Normally, this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but... This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have
Struck a bargain.
Huh?
You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that, but yes. Everyone has been talking and...
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
What is that?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable! Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial! Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
Okay. The defense may now call forth his next witness.
Mr. Wright? You do realize this is your last chance? If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over.
Who could you possibly call?
This is an easy choice to make. I think I know who the wants me to call. Positive. Defense calls. The time's come to bring out the real murderer.
Why do they
Damon
leave?
Gant.
Why do they have the option to call Goodman? That is
Fun.
The defense calls David Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant. What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way.
Wouldn't that be
Wouldn't you agree,
says,
Your Honor?
Wouldn't that be something someone says when they did manipulate them?
I guess.
I think it's Edgeworth. True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh?
Please, Mr. Gant. Whatever your name is.
Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean the time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for,
Oh, like what?
like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure, Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry. I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
Very well. The witness may begin his testimony now.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Is that when Doc was arrested?
Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head.
I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky.
What's this about a power outage?
Oh, that? The elevator stopped all of a sudden, and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart.
That's not funny.
Phoenix. Something like he was trying to keep in his laugh.
Every time he looks at a picture of a dead person, he laughs.
Did you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor?
Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
How did you know that?
Because of the victim's body, it had already been moved.
So that means you found the body near Lana's desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway,
So you were saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at the office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence is inexcusable, no matter what the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down?
Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court record.
Worthy, always the smooth talker.
Which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence. But that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to this incident.
Are you allowed to admit that you stole things from his office in his face? I mean, that says found in Chief Gant's safe.
Chief Gant's desk.
No, the leather.
But the list says desk.
That too.
You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that this claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example.
That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on.
This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece from this jar was sitting in your office. Was found inside your safe.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Gant. What is the meaning of this?
Oh! Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admitted to it then? That you were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why do you have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Oh, Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Gant's getting nervous. He's tripping over his words.
Let's see. What was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
when investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You do understand that I'm the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Udgy. In return, though,
I know. That place, right?
Huh? What are these guys? Telepathic?
What are they talking about? Is my question.
I don't know either. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations.
yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped.
Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're gonna need it later.
Later. What are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints were found. Yes, if they were found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal.
I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. What do you mean by that?
This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery,
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered.
are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have been suddenly materialized that day after Dark was sentenced.
Oh, you wouldn't, and that wouldn't be that convenient.
Right.
And that wouldn't be.
Right. Compose yourself,
Oh,
man.
and wouldn't that be convenient?
The chief is talking about the possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Tell me something I don't know.
Come on now, Righto. Think about it.
Didn't mean to do that. Now.
I'm disappointed in you. Someday, it's right, you'll find yourself in a dumpster. You won't know where you are.
How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil?
I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was in the sky.
Well, now do you see?
Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one large benefit you've reaped from all of this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh?
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Ho 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 ho! Oh boy, that's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable. A little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway.
Yeah!
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Now, there. It's all out in the open. Pudgy, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
Just love Mickey Mouse unabashedly admitting that he's extremely selfish.
Nothing in it for you.
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, wasn't it?
Lana's lizard sister.
That's why I said not to speak English.
If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime, be tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, however.
Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? given his selfishness, would he have helped someone? How?